Hello everyone, I am going to explain what do we want to see for traffic light project. Those of you that have completed the time project, you may proceed and start working on traffic light. So we assume that we have this project that is supposed to design a traffic light. You can start from basic form of traffic light, and you can imagine you're in this junction that you need to stop cars and give turns to cars that are moving in this area. So the basic sequence of traffic light is moving from green, yellow, and red. Some of you might call yellow amber is the same. So you have green, yellow, and red. It's very important to remember that sequence. I have seen a couple of students going the other way around, red, yellow, green. That's not happening. It's green, yellow, red, and the loop is in a way that after red you have green right away. This is basic form of traffic light in Ireland, at least. In some countries you have timers, or you also have another level of amber after red. We are considering the basic form, which is looking at green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red. That's the loop that should go. You can imagine 10 seconds for each of them. The yellow might be shorter. So it's a closed loop. That means that you want to have automatic loop in a way without you turning anything on or off. The loop goes on and on until you unplug your system. We already have these lights on the rig, so it is handy. You can use that. For the timers, you can use timers, and you can use reset for resetting the loop if you need to. That would be the basic form. You want to have that. Some of you might consider the conveyor belt resembling cars moving or a certain direction. So for example, here, if we are looking at this T-junction, the car here would stop at red because the turn is given for the road on the left side or the road on the right side, and so on. So each of those roads, they have their own turn. You imagine you are designing the traffic light for this direction. Okay. It's important to consider at least T-junction or a cross junction for designing this traffic light, because if it is only a road that has pedestrian light, the basic loop doesn't make much sense, because you don't have anything to stop you, basically. So that would be the basic form. You're happy, your loop is working fine. You may use one of the toggle switches for turning the overall system on, or have the safety switch incorporated just for safety reasons, or let's say for emergency cases, if fire truck is passing by, a police car is passing by, and so on. But that would be the basic form. The next level for completion of the project, you are considering a pedestrian crossing this zebra line. And what happens is, pedestrian arrives. If he or she doesn't press the switch, nothing happens. The loop continues as it is. And you should think about when the pedestrian is actually pressing that switch. The time matters, because you should manage the light accordingly. I know on our rig we have only 4 lights. That means that the blue light can be used for this purpose. Some of you are telling me that you want to use the blue light indicating that the switch is actually pressed. That makes the project a little bit simpler, because right away after pressing that, the light will turn on. But I advise you to use the blue light indicating that the pedestrian is given turn for crossing the road. So what happens is, if you're in red and the pedestrian is pressing that, think about what happens. the cars are already stopped. Depends to when about that is happening during that 10 seconds or 7 seconds or 5 seconds, however you design your traffic light. If pedestrian presses here near the end of it, doesn't make sense to have priority for the pedestrian because that loop is over. What if it is during the amber? Can you give priority to the pedestrian after the light is turning red, or do you want to wait for the next round? What happens if pedestrian is pressing when the light is actually green and cars are passing by? So think about that. Also, when pedestrian has given turn to cross the road, the cars should stop. That's very obvious. I still see a student making mistake and the car is green and the pedestrian is given turn to cross the zebra line. That is not realistic, so we want the pedestrian to cross safely. So consider those scenarios, and remember that we want to manage equal priority traffic light. I understand that some of you might say, okay, I am designing 3 different scenarios. I am designing a traffic light in front of hospital or in front of schools, and I'm giving priority for pedestrians. So whenever pedestrian presses, it goes to amber and it goes to red for cars, and then given priority for pedestrian is something that I want to consider. I like those that is considered as innovation. Start from basic. Start from the way that whenever pedestrian presses the switch, it has to wait for the next loop and the next time that the car goes to red, and then the pedestrian can cross. Start from that, then you can add a little bit of fanciness to your project and consider, okay, now I have fire truck passing by, or I have pedestrian with disability crossing in front of hospital and so on, so I want to change the priority. So that is the description of the traffic light project. I also need you to draw the time plot for this project, meaning that I want you to understand how it is working, the time plot for each of your lights, and also for pedestrian priority, the pulse that is coming from the switch, and also the light that is working, so what's happening, and deep understanding of traffic light. This is a very nice project. I enjoy doing it every year, and this is 7th year we are doing it. Students enjoy it. Next semester you're going to design animation based on traffic lights, so it is very important to keep your files and make sure that you understand how your system is working. Thank you very much for listening to me. Best of luck for your traffic light project.